We know from the many years that we've presented the show, it's about nearly 8 years now, that whenever we bring you a Thomson cruise and stay that is all-inclusive, the phone lines light up. We have one tonight. Now, sometimes only the hotel is all-inclusive. Sometimes it's just the cruise. This is the entire 40 nights for under £970. It's amazing. It really is. That's all of your food, all of your tips, all of your drinks. It works out under £70 per person per night. And you are away for 2 weeks. You will love this. But I say, whenever we can't bring you these offers every single week, but we have this available today. And our Keith, who presents, say, the Friday show, he worked for Thomson for many, many years as cruise director. And here he is to tell you more.
With its uniquely British product, small, intimate ships, a great range of cruise and stay options, all tips included, an unrivaled number of regional airports you can fly from, plus a generous baggage allowance, it's little wonder that Thomson Cruises is turning heads. They boast one of the highest levels of repeat passengers in the industry, and after 6 years working for them, I can tell you why. They are without doubt the friendliest ships afloat. Some friends of mine who cruise a lot always pack 2 sizes of clothing. One for the start of the cruise, thank you, and one for the end. And once you've tasted the food on board, you'll understand why. It's international cuisine with a British twist. And with open sitting as standard, you won't need to rush trying to keep to the ship's schedule. You can set the pace and enjoy up to 7 meals a day. Trust me, it's possible. Whether it's a freshly poured pint in a nightclub or sipping a cocktail of the day poolside, each of the bars on board Thomson ships enjoys a unique and special personality. With honest low prices, juggling waiters and service with a smile, you're never more than 2 minutes walk away from a refreshing aperitif. The Thomson Cruises has some of the best entertainment afloat. In a 2-week cruise, you'll see no fewer than 10 full production shows and some great comedy from award-winning UK guest artists. Add to that fantastic interactive game shows, cabarets, and all singing, all dancing deck parties, and you really won't want to go back to your cabin. There is lots and lots of choice with the accommodation on board Thomson ships, from insides through to stunning suites. All are en suite, offer 24-hour room service and 2 turn-downs a day. The only surprise you're going to encounter is what your hand towel will be transformed into when you return every night. My favourite was always the monkey with the sunglasses.
The feedback we always get with Thomson is so much fun, such a, you know, people making so many friends, a really great relaxed atmosphere, but fantastic food and service, that always comes up really high. Really, really good. Quite a few Brits on board as well, so you make lots of friends, and yeah, just great atmosphere. And you know, for those of you, you know, on a budget and thinking, I don't want to go away, and, you know, sometimes holidays get out of control, and when you add up what you've paid on drinks and entertainment and everything else, you know, they can become a bit of a nightmare. What you're paying right now includes everything. So let's talk you through it. It starts off, of course, with our flight over to Palma, doesn't it? Yeah, over to beautiful Palma, which we'll come back to, actually, because that's where you're staying at the tail end of the trip. So then you've got a lovely, relaxing day at sea, and you sail into Calvi in Corsica. Very beautiful, rugged scenery there. And then on day 4, you are in Roma, which we spoke about at the top of the show. But Rome is just stunningly beautiful. You could go there 10 times and love it as much every single time. It's one of the most romantic cities in the world as well. Oh, it absolutely is. Just take your camera. It's stunning. Go and sit on the Spanish Steps as well. That's quite a cool spot where you can see the world go by. Vatican City. You've got to go and see, you know, the beautiful ceiling painted by Michelangelo as well. That's a must. And then on day 5, we sail into Livorno. Now, the great thing about Livorno is that you can kind of decide what you want to do. You could go into Florence, which is about an hour's drive from Livorno, and Florence is just spectacular. Again, works of art from very famous artists, beautiful galleries. But you could also go the other way and go to Pisa and see the Leaning Tower. And this is what I did. I just had to do it, you know. Yeah, you've got to do it. You've got to do the classic photo where it looks as if you're leaning against the goal. I did do the picture. Everybody does it. It's fine. It's got to be done. And of course, also there's a beautiful place called Lucca near here, which is like a walled city. I went there. Isn't it gorgeous? Stunning. And all pedestrianised, so you can just wander around and sit in the squares and do some shopping. It's beautiful. I'll be honest, I've never even heard of it, but people recommended it, and it was stunning. Yeah, it's
really, really gorgeous. So that's a must. And then day 6, you sail into San Rafael in France. So you're taking in some beautiful ports here. Day 7, we're in Barcelona, where, of course, we mentioned Barcelona earlier on in the show as well. One of the best things about Barcelona is that although it's large and spread out, it's surprisingly walkable.
Yeah, we forgot
You've got the beach, yeah, I know.
We did forget that.
So if you don't want to go trekking about, you can just have a lovely day on the beach, or potter around the market, or go and see some of the sights. Day 8, though, you then sail into Palma, which is beautiful, in Mallorca, of course. You disembark the ship and transfer to a nice hotel for 7 nights, all-inclusive stay. So when you look at that price, isn't that absolutely astounding?
You know, the whole cruise was all-inclusive, and that also includes your tips as well as your drinks and your food, and then the same with your hotel stay as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think you're getting the best of both worlds there, aren't you,
I think you are. If you're undecided about whether you want to do a hotel or a cruise holiday, well, why don't you combine it and do both? And Palma is great because it's one of those places that if you're just the kind of person that wants to sit on the beach and chill, you can. But if your other half is like, no, do you know, I love a bit of sightseeing, you've got so many beautiful sights to see as well. The cathedral, obviously, which just looms over the entire city. Yeah, it's beautiful.
We cannot emphasise enough, whenever we can feature Thomson on a complete all-inclusive basis, then the phone lines always light up, and I know they will be doing tonight. So if you've been waiting for this one, under £70 per person per night, then please give us a call on that free phone number. And when it comes to the Thomson ships, they are very homely, they're very warm, they're very inviting, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Comfortable, clean, the staff are fantastic, friendly, great food. You know,
they look great, don't they?
They're fantastic.
And remember, we have got some really good little upgrades available as well. Now, return flights, they're based on London, Bournemouth or Norwich, but we always have flights available from your local airport as well, just for small supplements, and we've got a whole list of those. I'll share those a little bit later on. 7 nights in that all-inclusive hotel, of course, as well, and the cruise itself, and I know I've said this several times, but the whole package is all-inclusive, not just the hotel, not just the cruise, everything there is all-inclusive. Let's just remind you, I said that we've got some great little upgrades. Well, if you go for the May date, you only have to spend another, what's that, another £60, you can have an outside.
Yeah, so that's well worth it,
or an outside plus.
Yeah, lovely. Very good indeed. You know, great prices.
They're really good, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. And regional airports, we can find you an airport as close to home as possible.
It's one of the great things about Thomson, isn't it, is that they obviously have that ability. So if you see there, hopefully there's something to suit everybody.
Sometimes it's nothing worse, is it, than real, you know, on the way back thinking, oh, when I get to the airport, I've got a 3 or 4 hour drive. So yes, we can get an airport as close to your home as possible.
Yes.